Live?
Sorry, my wife
Yes.
had to step in. She told me I
There
was
we
muted.
go.
Live. We are live. Hello.
The little blue banner. Hey,
Internet.
Sean said it this time instead of me for once. That's good.
Intro
all right.
us.
Starting soon, it says.
Oh, it's because we're lagging behind. Or the video is still going.
All right. Tweeting it out.
Tweet it.
Tweet, tweet, tweet. Tweet, yo.
I already tweeted, so.
Cool. All right.
Well, I'm ahead of you guys anyway, like 3 hours, so.
Oh, man.
Oh.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like almost 11 o'clock here. You are 2 in the morning. Sweet. Oh,
1
man,
a.m.
that makes me so tired just thinking about it. Oh, 1 a.m. There we go. Oh, you're right, because you're 3 hours ahead of Colleen.
Yeah.
So, let's kick things off. Welcome, everybody, to the Indie Team Up podcast, the podcast where we talk about our projects and games that we're working on, as well as a bunch of other topics related to indie game development. I am Carl Gilbertson, and I am here with my hosts, Colleen Wilson and Sean Dupre. Justin Wilson, or Justin Hammond. I'm just mixing names up left, right, and center. Justin Hammond seems to have disassembled his computer or something, so he might be joining us later if he can get it put back together. And this week we have our special guest Nathan. Nathan is better known as Crotchety Gamer on Twitter. So welcome, Nathan. And how's it going?
Pretty good. Thanks for having me on.
Cool.
Good to have you.
Yeah. So
Justin's going to be joining us right now.
what's that?
Oh, Justin?
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
Oh, he is going to join us.
Yep. He just
All
asked.
right. Cool. Well, yeah. Okay.
Hey, there he is.
Hey.
Hey. You got your computer reassembled? Did you plug the mic back in?
That would
Oh,
be key.
Sorry,
No
no
idea.
audio. Give me a few. Yeah.
okay.
All
So
right, cool.
let's just roll into it then.
Cool. So, Nathan, what projects are you working on? Do you have any topics that you want to talk about in terms of your projects?
Well, today I just read out a couple of articles. One on Ubisoft and its recent issues in the market, and then I also wrote, I just kind of transferred another article about a game called Horde, which is a lot of fun.
Oh, cool.
Sounds
Right on.
fun.
Okay.
Word. Sounds fun.
Yeah, you're a dragon. You fly around, blow fire on like villages, capture like princesses, and ransom them off back to the
Really?
kingdom.
I was going to make
Yeah.
a game like that. No.
So this is like Trogdor, the video game, basically?
Yes, actually, I came this close to like putting "Burning It in the Countryside" as the title. You know what I mean?
Sweet. Awesome. So it's called Horde. I'm going to have to check that out.
I think I did see that on Steam, I think.
Yeah, it's on Steam.
So that's an indie? I'm
Yes,
guessing?
that is an indie game.
It's an early access right now, right?
Oh,
What?
yeah.
It's an early access right now, right?
No, I don't think so. It's by Big Sandwich Games. It's actually quite old. It's from a while ago.
Oh.
Hmm.
I'll bring it up. I
Yeah,
have my
I-
Steam closed
maybe
because
it's
it sucks
like-
up the internet. But
New Dragon game.
Remember, Justin, my Dragon Dream game? It's not quite like that, but yeah. You're a
But you're
dragon
a
and you
dragon.
kill things.
That's your Dragon Dream game.
It
I
was
think
from a
it's
story
everyone's
like
Dragon Dream game.
it was from a story back when I was in middle school.
Oh, man. When I hear that, like, Dragon Dream game, it just makes me think of Double Dream Hands.
What? I've never heard of that before.
It's a YouTube
Double
stupid
what?
thing. Double Dream Hands? Come on.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay.
Shrugs. Hands up in
Yeah.
air.
Yep.
All right. Well, go watch it sometime if you need a dose of stupidity on your usual YouTube rounds or something like that.
I'll check it
But
out.
it's kind of funny.
I've
it's
seen
one
a
of
lot
those-
of
one of
stuff
those
on
things.
YouTube.
Went
So
kind of
Carl,
viral.
We missed you last week.
Yeah, it's been kind of tough. It's been a pretty crazy week. Last week I got sick like Thursday. We usually record Thursdays, right? So I got sick Thursday afternoon. Tossed my cookies there, and then basically slept it off for about a day. And I was feeling better after that. My son got sick before that, so I caught it from him.
It's always the little kids.
Yeah,
Children
man,
are-
always the little kids.
They're purveyors of disease.
Yeah.
Parasite.
Adorable purveyors of disease, but they are.
Yeah, they're little petri dishes just walking around. So yeah, I got sick, and then kind of was feeling better by about the weekend, and but my house was in a bit of disarray, and my wife was trying not to get sick, and everyone else started getting sick around us. Like the daycare lady got sick, and my father-in-law got sick, and all this stuff. So, anyways, that was kind of hectic, and work's been crazy too. So I have gotten very little done on my game. And in fact, it kind of pains me to say this, but the way work is going right now, anyways, I'm thinking that I might actually have to kind of hit pause on my game for a couple weeks and like actually just work overtime on my day job for like a couple weeks and see if I can get some projects
What's your day job?
out the door. I'm a web developer,
Okay.
so I have a couple really big projects kind of looming over my head, and trying to get them done by like Christmas, basically. And by I say a couple projects, I mean I think I have about 4 or 5 that I have to try to get out the door by Christmas. So I'm thinking I might have to,
Drink
start
some
putting in
coffee.
some overtime.
Yeah,
exactly.
4 or 5 websites in what? No, a month.
Like a
Ish?
month and a half ish.
Yeah, that's
It's gonna be rough.
That's painful.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun.
I believe in you, Carol. You can do it.
Coral.
Come on,
Coral.
Coral.
Oh.
Coral.
Actually, it's my...
Make your websites, Coral.
Why
is there a
dead body on this website, Carl?
Because that's what happens when you only give me a month and a half to make one.
So Coral is having websites.
Yeah, so I'm making websites.
But
Although,
that's okay.
there's something that came up that I kind of... We'll see if it actually turns out. I'm hopeful, but at the same time, I'm kind of, have you guys heard of Antholojam?
No.
No.
No? Actually, it's something that I don't know if it's just
Antholojam
her or what.
Jim.
Antholojam.
Is it
Oh, Antholojam.
Yeah, it's something that just started cooking along there. I don't know if she's the only one doing it, but Zoe Quinn actually is running it. And so I put in for it. I entered it to see if I could get in on it anyways, because I thought, like, wow, things at work kind of got crazy since then, but even just in the last few days, it's gotten even crazier.
Yeah, and I know how those game jams can go. Like, you got to put a lot of time into it.
Well, the thing is, though, is it's supposed to... The reason it's called Antholojam is it's supposed to be kind of like a anthology of short stories. So the games are ideally supposed to be in about the 1 hour range in terms of like gameplay. And so I kind of thought, like, it would be fun just to do something small and, fun and interesting and different for like 2 weeks, because it's only like a month, I think. So like 2 weeks to a month, just get something small done. And yeah, I don't know. I thought it would be a nice change of pace, and plus it would be cool because if I actually could get into it, then it's kind of being marketed as a package. So I thought that would be kind of cool to get my name out there a little bit more too, if it works out, anyways. But
More than that T-shirt has.
well, who knows? The T-shirt's going well, by the way. I don't know what it is today, but I checked it yesterday or this morning, and it was like 196. So yeah, it's kind of going crazy. But anyways, I don't know if the Anthology is going to happen. The entries only closed yesterday, and so I'll hopefully find out at some point if I get in or not. But
Well,
I would like to.
I thought Zoe Quinn was doing Rebel Jam. I have no idea
Yeah,
what,
I've heard
what,
of
an,
Rebel
what
Jam.
Anthology Jam is.
It's yeah, because you're right. She is
Try
doing Rebel
Googling
Jam. I don't know what Rebel Jam is really. I haven't really looked at it, but she is doing that. But this Anthology Jam thing is something that just popped up in like the last, maybe I want to say like week or two. Like it kind of threw it together, and like I said, the entries just closed yesterday, so.
That's why I can't find it on Google. Also, I have no idea how it's spelled. But
Yeah. Anyway, so I hope that works out. We'll see how that goes. But yeah. So how are things going with your game, Colleen?
0 progress.
Here.
Huh?
I said here.
Yeah, because of Indie Team Up. Also, I installed Windows 8 finally, and got rid of XP and my 2 gigs
Sweet.
of RAM. And
How's that going for you?
It's actually not bad. I know a lot of people were hating, saying, "Don't do it, don't do it." But it's not bad. I don't really use all the like temperature, and I don't know what's going on in Bangladesh or whatever. Squares are on the front, but I just go to desktop, and it's pretty much like normal.
Cool. Yeah, the start screens takes a bit of getting used to for sure.
Yeah, I used 8 for a little while. My problem was that a lot of games that I would play would have issues. God, it was Battlefield 3 on Windows 8. Just the most ridiculous memory leaks. I'd be running at like full 12 gigs of RAM on that.
Yeah. Wow.
Anyway, those are my
That's what you
Windows
do.
experiences.
That's what you get for having an EA product on your computer.
yeah,
An
well.
EA product on a Windows OS. Yep.
Anyways.
The last good EA product I can think of was Battlefield 2, which was fun, but yeah, issues.
Yeah, they are not doing so good with the not having issues lately.
Well, speaking of EA, Forbes actually wrote an article today saying that EA, well, apparently EA is not bad anymore. Ubisoft is the new EA now, according to Forbes.
Yeah, I saw that. That's
Wow.
I put that down as a topic for discussion after everybody's updates. Like, Ubisoft is just hilarious of late. It's just
Yeah, it's true.
the
It's
stuff
true.
they're doing.
Hilarious is
I
exactly
love
what term I used.
I have had some respect for Ubisoft still because they still in past years have pushed out quality, but
Yeah.
lately we're just starting to see them do hilarious stuff that like shouldn't happen at their level, and they're just like, fuck it, pay us.
And so yeah, basically EA 2.0, right?
Yeah.
Basically. Here's the game. Give us
Ubisoft.
money.
Good job,
Yeah.
Ubisoft.
Oh my.
A golden poo is flying this year.
It's not just one dude. Like, in the article they say like Watch Dogs failed to live up to the hype of the game, and what was it? They said like Assassin's Creed Unity had all kinds of issues. I haven't played it personally, but I wanted to. Now I'm not so sure.
Apparently, it was very buggy, like very.
Yeah,
buggy.
yeah. I've heard it's
Unplayable.
very buggy. Like I've heard some conflicting reports. I heard that it's way worse on PC than it is on console. But yeah, definitely some bugs. If you just go like search YouTube for Assassin's Creed Unity glitch, you'll get tons of results, and most of them are pretty hilarious.
That sounds pretty.
Some things that were intentionally put in the game are also problematic. Like apparently they did microtransactions in the game.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And they didn't just do some of them; they did a lot of them. Good job, Ubisoft. Uplay wasn't enough. You gotta fuck us with that shit.
They had to
So
get the
yeah, okay,
going.
microtransactions. I don't know. It depends on what it is. What is it like? Obviously, they can be really bad, but
It's in-game currency.
Oh.
In-game currency packages. apparently.
You're not only charging people a ton of money for the game, but
Yeah,
you're
$60.
doing exactly what the free-to-play games do to make money. On top of that shit, like, do you really want to be seen as that grubbing? Like,
Yeah. Like, just take the worst of like the mobile monetization strategies and staple it on there, just to squeeze a bit more out of people.
We need more money. Just you can give it to us in the game that you already spent $60 on.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, if you bought, isn't it like $70? Like, yeah.
Maybe.
Next-gen games are $70 now. $69.99.
They're trying to change that price.
So, anyways, see, the thing is with this, like, Call of Duty, I want to say, okay, it must have been Black Ops 2 that I'm thinking of, had microtransactions for camos for your weapons.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
not all of them. There was, like, they had all the normal camos that you could unlock normally, and then they had, like, a bunch of other packs of, like, really weird ones that you could actually pay money for. And I didn't really have a problem with that because I'm like, I don't know, I've never been one of those guys that I need every camo all the time kind of thing. And also, like, I don't know, there is so much that you could unlock anyways. I'm like, well, if someone wants to really go out of their way and drop, you know, $1 or $2 to wrap their gun in bacon, then they can do that.
That is legitimate, sir.
Bacon armor.
That is legitimate.
So, you know, like,
We'll never find you.
it was silly enough and it was inconsequential enough that I really didn't care. I thought, you know what, if they want to do that, go ahead. If people want to pay money for that stuff, you know, it's their money, they can do it.
I
would
probably do that.
You'd be surprised. A friend of Ajari's at work spent over $3,000 on Destiny microtransactions.
No.
What?
No, dude.
What?
Like, my brother needs a new car right now. Like, oh my god.
I'm in the middle of trying to save to buy a house. I you know,
Exactly.
Gee,
saying.
You might that money.
that's crazy. That's crazy. That's funny. Yeah, it's just one of those weird things that it's just, I don't think microtransactions are inherently bad, but they're just done badly so often that they have a really bad rep. You know,
Oh
like,
yeah.
You can do
it's
it.
possible.
Like, you gotta make money on a game. Like, we totally get that. That's why, like, when we see ads on a website, we're like, okay, they gotta stay, you gotta keep their doors open somehow.
Yeah, for sure.
But, I mean, sometimes it just goes overboard.
Actually, this kind of is leading into an interesting game that I've been playing on my phone just last couple of days. It's called, I just saw it on the App Store, like front page. It's called Bitcoin Billionaire. You guys heard of that?
I think I
No,
saw
I haven't heard of
something
it.
about it.
No? It's kind of weird. Like, it's all about, like, mining Bitcoin, but it's obviously not real Bitcoin. It's just a game, right? But you're just mining Bitcoin, and there's these, like, you can tap on the screen to mine, or you can invest in these different things, and it's kind of just like a mix of, like, I don't know, weird. The gameplay mechanics are basically just tapping on the screen to mine Bitcoin, and then there's like some resource management and resource gathering mechanics that they built in once you kind of get rolling a bit to add a little bit of complexity. Like, you can make investments, and your investments earn Bitcoin automatically, and then you can, like, level them up and get better and better investments to make more and more money without having to mine it.
So it's Cookie Clicker.
Kinda, yeah. Like, and Amazon drones will, like, fly into your house and drop off packages of Bitcoin and stuff like that.
That's pretty cool.
It sounds like almost like Eve. It starts off really boring. Where you're just like, you know, tapping, and then eventually you can actually do something with it.
Yeah, it's really simple gameplay, and, like, graphics are all pixel art, right? It's very, very simple, but it's kind of like, it's kind of addictive, and it's kind of fun. It's very silly. Like, you can't really take it seriously, and I don't think they really want you to. But they did some very interesting things with the monetization in that game, that I found very, very interesting. One thing is that they have microtransactions for in-game currency, for one thing, which is, I'm like, I don't really like that, but at the same time, I just don't use it for the most part, so it doesn't really bother me because I'm not one of those people that's going to drop $3,000 on it. But I did spend $2 on in-game currency because I got to a point where I was like, you know what, this game is fun, and I'm just going to do it, and so I can kind of like pay for the game, you know?
Yeah, some games will do that. Warframe, I've spent a little bit of money on, but it's just because like it's a good quality game. I know you'll disagree with me, Coral, but it is.
I spent a lot of money in Planetside too, because I like guns. A large variety of weapons in that one.
Okay, so
the other cool thing that this game does that I thought was really unique for a mobile game is that they have you'll get like emails on your computer while you're sitting there mining Bitcoin, and you click on an email and it says, okay, if you enable ad banners for 30 seconds, you get this this bonus, basically. So you hit OK, and then the ad banner slides up from the bottom of the screen for like 30 seconds, and then it doesn't really get in your way. You can play the game just as fine while it's there, and then after 30 seconds is up, it goes away again, and you get your bonus. So you get a little bit more Bitcoin or whatever, or you get a multiplier for a certain amount of time. But it kind of like it incentivizes watching banner ads of all things in a way that is actually not as annoying as it sounds. And,
yeah, I've seen some of them. Yeah, they'll give you like in-game currency and whatnot, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, I've seen that too, and this one kind of does it as well. But this one is almost like they made advertising into a gameplay mechanic, which is weird and kind of interesting.
That's brilliant, is what that is. That's like, hey,
cool, actually, yeah.
let's just cheat our way into showing as many ads as we possibly can legitimately.
Yeah, it's like I mean,
you're gonna get us paid for you watching commercials, basically.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, like, as obviously, this is my opinion, anyways. As someone that plays the game, is like, obviously they like it because they get paid. I like it because I get a bonus out of it. So it's like they get what they want, I get what I want. Everyone wins. So I don't know. It's cool.
Victory
through advertising.
Which it's not such a big deal when there's banner ads in a game, as long as they're not like, I mean, if they're not incentivized like that somehow, then if they're in your face, it's a problem. But
yeah,
if they're if they're understandable or like kind of out of the way or something like that, it's fine. Or on a screen that you're not normally going to care about anyway, like a loading screen,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, or in a menu or something.
I know that when I play games on my iPod, and since it's only Wi-Fi.
Oh yeah.
If when the advertisement comes on, it totally like kills the game. Like literally, I have to restart the game because if I'm not like in an internet area, which kind of sucks. But I guess they don't really assume that you don't have internet. But,
yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, happens like every game. But I'm an old school and I have Wi-Fi, so I have to use this. That's the only internet I have for it. So if I'm somewhere else, I can't have internet. So.
I think Justin is rolling back in.
Yeah, can you guys hear me?
Hey.
Yes.
How's it going?
God. Heck of a day.
Yeah. Are you doing some surgery to your rig there?
Yeah, I got the new GTX 980.
Nice.
Ooh.
And AMD FX 8350 processor. Although, even though it's an AM3 slot and my motherboard takes AM3, but apparently my motherboard can't handle processors that are 125 watts. It's kind of some obscure issue with this specific motherboard. So, yeah, so I had to take that. That's why I was late, because I had everything set up, but computer wouldn't turn on. I'm like, what's going on? So I had to Google it all on my phone, but
Lame. But you're here now.
just means I need a new Mobo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just an excuse to spend more money.
Yes, unfortunately. Oh, and a new power supply.
Oh, yes.
So,
Since he's here, why don't we haven't given our indie team up update yet.
Absolutely. Have at her.
Cool.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, welcome to GTM and Coffee Brain, who joined during the podcast today. Woo! So yeah, we've been listening to everybody's feedback. The beta has been going awesome. Like we've been able to refine a ton of stuff thus far, and we've gotten just tons of awesome feedback, and it's given us good direction as to where we want to go with it. We've updated a lot of our design on the website since the beta started, and yeah, I'm looking forward to the next couple weeks. I'm really stoked to see what it's going to be like in just a few more weeks. Justin?
honestly, nothing much to add. Sean's been going at it and getting lots of stuff done on the development side.
You said you guys had like,
Yeah.
did I see you had 500 users now?
Oh, we're getting
Just about.
We're not quite at 500. We're very, very close to it, though.
yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I'm just going to go ahead and say it'd be awesome if you guys hit 1,000 by the time the beta was done.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's kind of a soft goal. I want to see 2,000 or 3,000, but
There you
It's
go.
an impressive. Still, 1,000 is an impressive community, especially
Yeah.
developers. I mean, all indie devs. There's something to say for that.
Definitely.
I just looked up. We're at about 460 or so users, so almost at 500.
Nice.
Yep.
Just got to keep on spamming the links out there, and hopefully it'll happen.
Well, I mean, I think honestly we have a great amount for it being a beta. Like right now, I mean,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
always good to get more users in there and get more feedback, but we're already getting tons of feedback. Doesn't mean slow down. As much feedback as everyone can throw at us, it's great. But yeah,
Yeah, I know
Actually-
you guys have this big list that you guys are going through, working hard on that.
every few days, we get another big list of stuff in our queue, and then it's like, well, we better just finish it all at once.
Hmm. Yeah, for sure. Actually, I was going to ask you guys, what is sort of the game plan in terms of ending the beta or, transitioning to an actual, like, I don't want to say finished, but, like...
It's a little bit fluid.
yeah, it's going to be kind of a smooth transition. We don't have a specific nailed down. Like once we complete feature X, Y, and Z, then we'll be in version 1.0. We haven't nailed that down yet. Right now, it's just about really ironing out most of the big kinks, implementing some new features, and then once we start to get a little stable, we'll probably decide, okay, we're almost at 1.0 once we finish like this next feature or something. But yeah, so it's going to be definitely a fluid transition.
Yeah, and not only that, like it is kind of a learning process too, because like we didn't expect people to want the social. I guess it is a social network, but we didn't expect it to be like having updates and open conversation like you would have on Twitter to be such an important part of our app until more recently. It kind of seems like that's really what people want to be doing.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, maybe we should have devved that out first. But I mean, how do you really know with these things?
Yeah,
What's
yeah.
going to be the central focus?
That's the beauty of a beta, right? Getting people in there and seeing what the real people want to do with your platform, right? So it's cool.
Yep, and we listen. We get it.
Awesome. Well, I still really like it. I'm really stoked to check in there every day and see if you guys have changed anything. And yeah, it looks awesome. It's getting better every day. And if you guys that are out there listening, if you have not checked it out yet, definitely go over there and check it out. It's really cool. There's nothing like it out there right now, and probably will never be anything quite like IndieTeamUp.com.
Ever.
Ever. Ever.
And thank you for your article, Crotchety Gamer. It was pretty.
Articles.
Articles. That's true. Sorry.
Yes, you're very awesome.
Yeah, you guys. Hey, I saw what you guys were doing early on, like back.
I think you actually were the first person to interview us.
Yeah, June,
Really?
like the middle of June.
Yeah, that was before I was.
Yeah, it was before Sean really
in the
joined us.
picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I saw that you guys were like making some things happen, basically, just linking people up and trying to get things done in the basically in the indie dev sphere, and I thought that was really cool, and I saw it was building a community, so I was like, I should probably do something to try and talk about these people. So
Awesome. So should we move on to some of our other topics here?
Sure.
Cool. Well, I want to kick off the first one. I don't know if you guys have seen or heard about this one. I don't have too much to say about it, but I thought it was definitely important enough to bring up, and that is the Indie Greenlight Facebook group. Have you guys heard of that?
Oh, where people like you have to basically thumbs up so many games, and then you get into the group and get your game thumbed up.
Something like that. I haven't actually looked at it. I think it was on Kotaku, actually, but yeah, it's basically a Facebook group that is organized around indie devs voting for each other's Greenlight projects to help and try to push people over the edge and get up on Greenlight. So kind of just a reaction to the really opaque, weird policies around Greenlight and trying to help people, deal with them as best they can, kind of taking matters into their own hands. And yeah, honestly, I think it's pretty cool, and I might actually join Facebook just even to start a, like a company page and
right.
check it out.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, I think me and Sean saw this when we had a discussion about this. What, 2 weeks ago?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a problem when you get sick. Is I had this on the list last week, and
Old news. Come on, Coral.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, you weren't even here for that. Jeez.
No, I know the Walking Dead meme though.
Oh, so all of these games in this Facebook group though are on Steam Greenlight.
Yeah, as I understand it, and I'm not 100% against what they're doing, just kind of the entry requirements, as I understand it. Maybe I'm wrong, but as I understand it, to join the group, they have like a list of like games that aren't
looking at
Greenlight.
the rules.
Yeah. Okay. So you probably have it in front of you then. So yeah, So definitely correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe I'm thinking of a different group, but as I understand it, you need to go in and actually like or thumbs up or vote positively for X number of Steam Greenlight games to be able to join the group. Actually, I don't know if they say vote positively. I think they just say vote.
Yeah, it doesn't say anything about voting positively or a number. It just says, look through the post, vote for games you like. After you viewed and voted for others' projects, your choice which one, you can submit your Greenlight projects.
Yeah, I think it kind of shows that Steam's Greenlight process might not be the best way to approach this kind of thing. I mean, they run a closed market, and it's like for the livelihoods of the people in the industry, it's a big fucking deal if you make Greenlight or not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure.
I think it's becoming less and less so, but it's definitely still a big deal.
Sure.
Yeah, and there's others like it too. Like I know Square Enix has its its version of that. I forget what it's called, but the Collective. I think it's called the Collective.
Yeah. I actually just kickstarted a game that was on that.
Mm-hmm.
So
Interesting.
taking risks. I see.
Gambling man.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't really blame them for doing what they're doing, and in fact, I kind of get the whole vote for games before putting your game up thing too, right? Because they don't want people to just come in there and start spamming their games, and if they don't do something like that, they're gonna end up with the group's gonna be over before it's begun because it's gonna be ruined with garbage.
I mean, yeah. And that's kind of what I'm worried about for Steam. Like, what happens when they do finally open those floodgates and just allow anybody to kind of post a game? Even if it's like the Apple process where they review your game
It's not going to be anything like it is now. Like the green light's a pain in the ass for sure, and no one knows what's going on behind the scenes really. But the fact of the matter is, if you can get through a green light, it's still a huge boost to your game, right?
Yeah.
And once they open those floodgates, that's going to be gone so fast. It's going to be just like the App Store, where unless your game is like somehow picked out of the river by the for featuring, you're pretty much gonna have to do all the hard work yourself in terms of getting press and stuff.
Yeah. Eventually, somebody's gonna make a system to weed through all of the BS.
Well, also, I've read a couple of articles. It was a little while ago. I'll be honest. It was back like June or July, and they were old articles then, but they were talking about shutting down Greenlight there for a while. They're like, they're like, it's getting out of control. It's definitely getting out of control.
Yeah, it's getting out of control. What do you expect?
I think it's kind of, as far as I've heard anyways, I think you're right there, Nathan. I think everything I've heard that says that eventually it's going to go away. They're going to open the floodgates. Greenlight's going to be no more. But the problem is nobody knows when that's going to happen. It could be a month from now. It could be 5 years from now, and no one really knows. So that's the thing, right?
It's going to be coupled with the release of Half-Life 3.
And there's also the entrance fee, of course, to get into Greenlight. It's $100 just to put your game on Greenlight.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Go into Steam and type in.
I mean, and in reality, $100.
Yeah, $100 is.
I mean, it's not an insane amount.
No.
Compared to the benefits, but there is that risk that's present. So.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? Like if it's $100, if you put your game on Greenlight and you get through there, it's like best $100 you ever spent.
Right.
And if you put it on there and you don't get through, it's like, well, man, did I waste my money? Maybe.
One thing I hear a lot, and again, I mean, I haven't run a Kickstarter or put anything on Steam Greenlight, so this is purely just from things that I've heard, is a lot of, I see like the tip that's pretty prominently that they say you need to like launch or like put your game up on Steam Greenlight like at the same time as you like run a Kickstarter for your game. Apparently that brings in a lot of people that go onto Steam Greenlight.
Right.
There's a high percentage of those people that vote yes or thumbs up your game on Greenlight, like pretty much just instantly go to your Kickstarter and like throw money at it,
Right.
Which makes sense. So.
And you can go.
I definitely noticed a lot of games I saw on like Indiegogo or Kickstarter also like just recently within the same time period also be up on Greenlight. So.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's kind of like the thing to do because all those people that wouldn't have heard about your Kickstarter that are on Steam, because Steam is automatically recommending, like they have a queue or whatever for you for Greenlight. You just go to Greenlight in Steam and then it's like, here's your queue. You work through that and you find, there's a lot of garbage in there, but you find those gems, and when you find one, you're like, oh, this would be an awesome game, and then there's a Kickstarter link there. I feel like one, that's bringing in people that probably wouldn't have heard about your Kickstarter, and two, that's those people that are, giving you a thumbs up on the Greenlight. Those are your fans. So those are going to be the people that are more likely to actually want to, put money towards it.
Yeah, we did the $100 and stuff, and pretty much we kind of failed because we didn't put a very good picture up. We kind of
presentation.
Yeah, so a lot of people didn't even click on it because they weren't interested in the picture. They didn't really understand what it was. And a lot of people actually told us that.
Yeah.
And make sure you have a good picture icon.
Yeah.
I'm definitely guilty of that, the whole judging a book by its cover, especially if you're going through Greenlight and you're just like, oh, let me bust through this queue of like 10 or 20 games. And you don't want to waste a lot of time on like the junk one. So like if it doesn't immediately have some kind of like hook or attraction to it that catches your eye, then I think most people are just like, even if they don't necessarily thumbs down it, they'll at least like skip it, which is not as bad as giving a thumbs down. but it's still definitely not good.
Yeah. I'm totally guilty of that too. In fact, I even do that with music, which makes zero sense. I seriously do. I go on Rdio, like new releases, and I just scroll down and like look at album art that I think is cool, and that makes no sense whatsoever. And I
Find
totally
the best album art. You're like, this music is shit, but they have awesome album art.
Some of my favorite bands have the weirdest album art. I would never ever judge by album art. I'm the type of person, I'll even hear a song the first couple times and I'll be like, this song's terrible, and then a month later I'm like, this is the best thing I've ever listened to.
All right. Should we move on to topic number 2 here?
Sure.
Topic number 2. Oh, this is something that came up with in a Twitter conversation I had actually with. Let me just remind myself. It's I remember his there. His name is Dilmer Valasilos. If I'm saying that wrong, I'm very sorry. Dilmer V on Twitter. He and I follow each other, and we were talking about. I think he posted a link, anyways, and we were talking about the urge to rewrite code. Yeah, it was a guy. I think it was a guy on Reddit talking about how he has like a bachelor's degree in computer science, and he's a software developer, and he knows his stuff, but he gets this uncontrollable urge to rewrite his code all the time. So his code gets a little bit old, and he just starts thinking that it's absolute garbage and cannot help himself from going back and doing huge rewrites, and it leads to him basically spinning his wheels because he's not actually getting anywhere. He's just rewriting the same stuff over and over again. And I totally get that feeling because I'm going to tell you right here that compared to, I bet you most, if you could take a sampling of all of the programmers in the world, I would probably be in like the lower 10% in terms of skill. My code is really garbage, and I have no issues with admitting that. But yeah, I think it's important to keep in mind that you can't let yourself rewrite everything. What I said when I was talking in the conversation with him there is that better code is for the next project. That's kind of my philosophy, anyways. If you're gonna write something and get it done. Obviously you can rewrite things if it's really bad, but for the most part, I say if it works, leave it there, learn from it, and move on. That's my philosophy, anyways. What do you guys think about that?
Well, actually, art has issues with that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, It's like you make something in the very beginning, and then you get better, and then you're saying, "Man, my first level looked like crap." So then you go and paint it over again and over again and over again, just like a never-ending cycle. And actually, I had that issue like a month ago when I looked at my old stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm really bad at that, and I don't know. Like, I really want to do better. But
It depends on what you're developing. Like sometimes, like going back and refactoring is actually a really important part of the development process.
Right.
I do a lot of APIs and backend server stuff, and a lot of times you'll put something in, and then you'll have to go back in and refine it, make it faster, and refine it, make it faster. Like rewriting is just part of the process. But then there's other times where you can just spin your wheels, and it might just be okay to say, okay, well this is no good, or I'm going to stop this, or I'm going to release it like this, and on my next project, like you're saying, Coral, you do better.
Nice. Yeah, like you just got to know that. First of all, you have to understand and accept that it's never going to be perfect. Never going to be perfect. And as you get better as a programmer, there's always a better way to do something. And you just kind of have to get a feel for when it's good enough. And see, I absolutely agree about refactoring. But the thing with like when you're trying to ship a product with a game, like I'm almost thinking like you got to get it out there. Get it. Focus on shipping it. Obviously, you want it to work and work well.
Don't Ubisoft it.
Yeah, you don't want to make garbage, but
from my understanding, that's one of the benefits of using game jams and stuff like that, because they'll force you to get something done in as quick a period of time as you can and as best you can.
Yeah.
Learn how to MVP, seriously.
I tried one once and totally failed. I'm scared to do it again. I don't know. I focused on the art way too much, and I got one part of the level done, and that was it. No game or anything.
Justin and I made our own game jam, and it's a 2-week jam that we did, and that's how we made Tone's Adventure. It was awesome, though. We actually pulled in.
That was because I was coming off the high of Ludum Dare.
Yes.
I was like, this was such an amazing experience. I want to do it again now.
I think I caught a little bit of it, like while he was deving his Ludum Dare game. Like I was like, oh, I'm just gonna randomly finish my JavaScript game engine while he's doing this, like just out of the blue. So
nice. Yeah, I think I've definitely fallen into that trap of trying to nail down concepts and stuff and get really bogged down in art. It's that never ends well. I'm a big fan of the prototype now. Just especially for me, since I am an artist, that's the easy part, and so it's kind of I know that if I focus on that, I'll just spend forever doing it, and if I can get the prototype done, work on all the stuff that's harder for me, get the hard stuff out of the way, and also that way I can prove to myself that I can get it done. And then once I have something that works, then I can, do art to my heart's content and plug it in there,
Yeah, I really like web dev for the fact that you kind of continually release. You can dev a feature, get it out there live, and then if you want, you can reskin later. But with a game, I mean, you try to do a game like that, it's not going to work out very well.
Well, and really, we're lucky these days. At least we're not having to friggin' make CDs and ship them out to people. So or floppy disks.
Oh man.
So with digital distribution and stuff, you can at least push patches pretty easily.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
plus you don't have production costs to spend on DVDs and finding someone to put it out into a store, and I've run into really bad games that way, surprisingly, at Best Buy and such. So.
Yeah. So yeah, I think for me, anyways, you just got to focus on not making it perfect. I mean, you don't make garbage, but realize when you get to the point of good enough and do yourself a favor and move on, and use all your new skills on your next project.
So what you're saying is to know your limitations and exploit them to the best possible extent.
Absolutely.
Precisely.
Absolutely.
But definitely deliver. I think we've said that a few times on this podcast now. Like actually finishing something is so much better than spinning your wheels for a long time and making something that might be a little bit better, but it's way too late.
Yeah, I'm very guilty of that. We did 3 games, none of them complete.
Oh.
Hey.
Child abuse.
I think that's pretty common, and I mean, I kind of I've lots of little game dev prototypes that have fallen by the wayside over the years before I kind of got back into it with Archaea here, but yeah. Anyways, does anyone else have any topics they want to talk to you, or should we hop into what we're playing?
I would love to hop into it.
All right, so Sean, what are you playing?
Real quick, I'm skimming my game development folder, and various folders. I have over 100 started but not finished prototypes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well over 100.
Wow.
There have definitely been times where I've started like 3 of them in a week, but it's like I start to do it and I'm like, maybe the idea is not so good, but I don't really delete it. I mean, I'm not running out of hard drive space, and you never know if I might, get an itch on a certain idea, maybe figure out how to do it differently where it's actually fun. But
Yeah.
I don't really delete them.
It's kind of cool. It's
That's
like
just the ones that I've saved. I've done so many different unfinished projects. So.
Yeah. It's kind of funny. It's like a game dev version of a sketchbook or something, hey?
Yeah,
Anyway.
I have quite a few websites that I still install. Indie Team Up pushed them all out of the way though.
Aw.
Aw.
All right. So, Sean, what are you playing this week?
This week has been dominated by. Well, yes. Well, one, I beat Skyrim. I'm saying that live on air. I fucking beat Skyrim, and the ending.
You deserve it, man.
I moved. Yeah, I know, dude. Like, I had to put horse blinders on. I was like, I am fucking.
It was more work than fun. No side quests.
Oh man, I'm
All the way to
Quest
the end.
champion.
Oh, I wanted to. Those, it was beckoning me, but nope, I finished it.
Beckoning in.
And then I moved onto Fallout 3, where my heart rightly belongs in the post-apocalyptic world.
Oh, yes.
And I've been playing that and Advanced Warfare.
Yeah, that's what I've been playing.
It's pretty good. I mean,
Honestly, I like it.
they have been experiencing some definite lag issues. Though. I want to say that.
Sorry, what again?
Advanced Warfare.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna try it again tonight. If this
COD.
card.
CAD.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good game. It looks fantastic. They did a
man.
good job. They did a really good job with the.
Yeah, it looks beautiful. It's a beautiful, beautiful game.
Just if you haven't played it yet, do not turn the settings on to max and presume that your computer is going to run it okay. It's not.
It's the biggest reason I just got this new card and processor.
It's not going to run it well.
I just bought a nice new computer and put it all together myself not too long ago, back in May.
I didn't put mine together.
Oh, really? Jesus.
I know. You know what, though? I've done it so many times now that I was just like, I buy power, and they put the whole thing together, shipped it to me. It was great. Call me a filthy casual. Whatever.
You are. You're a fake PC Master Race gamer.
Faker.
What's up, guys? Hashtag PC Master Race. I didn't build my computer.
Don't do it, Sean. There's lots of good in this world. Don't do it.
You're a lazy PC Master Race, you know what I mean?
Anyways, I'm playing it on PS4. I don't have to worry about any of those graphic settings. It looks amazing anyways.
Except aren't you locked at 900p?
Well, I don't know, maybe. It still looks good.
You definitely
I don't know what it is.
You definitely are.
Well. Actually, it's crazy though. One thing I was thinking about was the pre-rendered cutscenes, like in between missions. There is like the first instance, though. I don't know if this is just me or what, but it's the first instance where my brain was like flip-flopping, trying to figure out if I was looking at a real person or not. Like it was the scene where Ilana is.
Spoilers?
She's just like interrogating that dude.
Yep, not even that far.
Spoilers.
You're gonna have to just stop. Right there.
Just stop.
All right.
So
anyways,
they do look fucking amazing though. The pre-rendered
There was a
cutscenes
thing that
are really
happened between people in the game.
Yeah. Is it really a spoiler if I say Ilana was interrogating a guy? Because that it doesn't say anything about what was
Who's
actually
Lana?
happening.
What's
Wait, hey,
happening?
Carl, sorry, I think I misspoke. Did you say you play it on PS4 or Xbox One?
A PS4. I don't have
Never
that
mind,
one.
you have 1080p.
Booyah!
Yeah, Xbox One occasionally has 1080.
Wow.
They call it scalable 1080.
Wow. Good job,
Like
Microsoft.
1080i?
So that's
No,
like
no,
bullshit
it's
1080, right?
it's.
It's
I
not
don't
1080.
know. I don't
mean, it
know
outputs
how.
1080, but
1080-esque.
it's
Well, no, I don't know how the Xbox One actually works now, but when it was in development, what they were trying cloud GPU stuff, so that
yeah.
which is why one of the reasons why they were like, hey, it needs to be always online, because basically if you're not using your Xbox and it's online, then like your Xbox could be rendering someone else's like scenes or whatever like in a game. So I don't know if
Weird.
they're still doing that or not. It would make sense, which is
Sounds
why
like an
you
episode of
would
The Twilight
occasionally-
Zone.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
Comcast long
it's the idea of just like putting it up in the cloud. Now, what I understand though is you'd think that like network latency would be way slower than, just processing the stuff on your own GPU. But whatever.
No kidding.
So,
Yeah, you go to grab a frame from somewhere across the internet on someone else's GPU, and by the time you get that frame back, you're like
It looked like
10
just Google
seconds further into
Hangouts.
the game.
If you're not in the Comcast fast lane, I mean hyperlane, like you're not playing this.
I want Verizon back so badly. We have Comcast here.
Oh yeah.
I was honestly getting a little excited about Comcast because they doubled my internet speed for about 4 months. Just checking now, they cut it back down. Well, they cut it in half, which is actually what I'm paying for. But
They were giving you a
So-
taste of the fast lane.
yeah, they were
As-
giving me a taste of Fastlane, and now that net neutrality, they're really pushing it. Obama's pushing net neutrality. They're giving me the "oh fuck you." So sorry, I'm switching to Google Fiber as soon as it gets here, anyways.
Sweet. Stick it to Comcast. I don't, as a Canadian, I have no experience with Comcast, but I hear they make you sign contracts in your own blood.
Yeah.
I'm from
Well,
Philadelphia, man.
it's less about the contracts and it's more about the fact that basically, depending on the region you're in the United States, you basically only have one real option if you want decent internet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be Time Warner, Comcast. I think Cox is a big one in some regions.
Yeah, we have Cox here, and that's
Yeah.
pretty much it.
Yeah. That's how it is. Because what they do, they actually have agreements where they don't compete in the same region.
Yeah, that's such BS.
They don't compete with. So like, if there's Comcast, you cannot get like Cox or Time Warner or a couple of the other big ones.
Yeah,
You know-
I mean, I've never
frustrating.
heard of Cox or Time Warner. I only know them because, of my
Time
day
Warner's
job.
bigger on the East Coast. When I lived in New York, I had Time Warner.
Yeah,
I've never
a lot of
had
people-
I'm going to show you guys an actual screenshot of me protesting Comcast as Luke Skywalker. This is for real right now. Actually protesting Comcast.
It's pretty bad that you're almost short as Yoda.
Dude, you know what? I'm just gonna. Okay, you know what?
Oh, like
All right, try to have a moment when we're fighting.
This one is.
Oh my goodness.
Sweet. That's funny. Oh yeah, that'd be terrible. I can't imagine that. Like,
what being
Our-
as short as Yoda?
yeah, man, I'm almost as tall as Chewie. I swear to God.
Thank you, Paul.
Anyways, no, like here we don't have a huge. Actually, honestly, I do have a pretty good range of internet for where I am. We have 2 major providers, and then like another smaller one, and then like 2 little local ones that they're not the greatest, but they're options anyways. So there's like 5 I could choose from, and 2 major ones anyways directly compete. There's Shaw Cable, they do cable internet, and then TELUS does DSL. So I don't have like awesome broadband speeds, but
So you basically have like one cable company, one DSL company, and then some other whatever they provide.
yeah, we have
Cell?
we have ExploreNet that does like satellite for people like more like in rural areas and stuff, and then a couple local companies that do they do some high speed, and then they do some dial up still, even for the people way out in the boonies that can't get anything else.
Tyler. Sorry, we have a friend named Tyler that
Yeah, sweet.
he has crappy internet. It's sad actually.
I feel
So,
for you, Tyler, if you're watching. I think he might be watching, actually. I sent
I
him
think he watched week before
Hey,
last.
Tyler.
How can he
Also,
watch if
he's
he
gonna
has that
message you.
crappy internet?
Exactly.
He's
No, like a
watching.
lot of times he'll be like, "Let's play a game," but no VoIP because my internet can't handle it.
Oh yeah,
All we want to do is talk to you, Tyler.
yeah. Hear the sound of your voice. Sorry, Tyler. I don't know you. That's probably creepy.
Okay, he's a creepy guy.
You're not. No.
Yeah, some weird Canadian in a weird hat is saying weird things on the internet to you. Sorry,
That is a
Tyler.
very fine hat, thank you.
Very cold
I have
here.
a took, and all of my brothers have tooks.
It's getting pretty cold up here, so I dug this one out for.
First
What
snow of
happened?
the year today for me.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah?
same.
Yeah.
What?
Mine was yesterday.
Oh, shush. California.
What?
No, what's that?
California.
It's been a freezing 75 degrees.
Wow.
Oh,
It
You
was
know,
like
it-
negative
It was
today.
about
Leave
72
your
days
soul.
ago, which is weird because it was 32 or 31 today.
Denver was like -4 today. Like not even fucking. Like
But
I don't even
bet
know
it was
where.
sunny.
It was. It was sunny and -4. Yes. Welcome to Colorado.
Yeah. In case you guys don't know, Colorado is pretty much the sunniest state in the country. It's just not the warmest.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
probably because it's the
It's-
highest.
I thought California was.
It's the.
Oh no, that you guys get way more clouds than Colorado. Basically, all the clouds hit the Rockies and stop.
Yeah.
So they
Oh
never-
yeah.
They never get to Denver.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
It's like 300 days of sun a year or something like that.
Which is insane.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome.
Crazy.
It
I would love
is.
that.
It is warm most of the time, unless we get like the cold front coming down from the mountains. Then it's like, don't fucking go outside.
Well, just for comparison's sake, right now in my neck of the woods, it is. I had to look this up in Fahrenheit because we use Celsius up here, obviously. It is minus 15 degrees right now outside.
Oh, wow. What?
Minus 15 Fahrenheit?
Yeah, minus 15
Oh,
Fahrenheit.
I believe it, man. I used to live in northern Maine. Like it would sometimes you get it down to like -50 in the coldest parts of winter. Like
That is
Yeah.
serious
totally
business.
extreme weather, man.
Serious business.
Today it was about 0 Celsius. See, I did that calculation real quick.
See, you never really feel real cold until you walk outside and feel your nostril hairs freeze instantly. That's how you know it's cold.
And
Yeah,
your eyelashes freeze too. Yeah.
Yep.
When I was in the Army, I was stationed in upstate New York, and right in the snow belt, and we got that was. I've lived in some cold places, but that was probably the coldest place I've ever lived. Going for a run and literally like your sweat is freezing. That's
Yeah. Ugh.
I hate it when you
Yeah.
can't just burn.
Like, yeah, so like your eyebrows are like freezing because like
On the
you
bright
will
side.
sweat 'cause you're running.
On the bright side, you can't smell it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I guess if we're going back to what we're playing this week, Nathan, what are you playing?
I've been playing a lot of indie games. Square Chains and Pet Pat were two mobile games I was playing. Slantron Spinball I played on my wife's iPad. I also played a preview of Convoy, which is an awesome game on Kickstarter, and I played Ukrainian Ninja. Literally, it took me about an hour and a half, 2 hours to beat it today before I got on this podcast.
Wow.
Was it fun?
Ukrainian Ninja was upsetting. I mean, the most fun parts about it were kind of hard to enjoy. It was frustrating. It was frustrating and short and difficult to look at.
Difficult to look at. That's not good.
Yeah.
Well, I will definitely not look that one up.
Well, it's only on Desura, so if you find it, you were looking for it to begin with.
I actually
Oh,
have
yeah.
a game on Desura. I bought Vox like a long time ago, and it was only for sale on Desura when I got it.
I had just started looking at Desura, like, I don't know. I knew it existed, but I never actually really looked at it. And I went on there and actually saw a pretty interesting looking, like, visual novel style game that I thought was kind of, it looked actually pretty adorable, but anyways, haven't got it. Colleen, what are you playing this week?
Windows 8.
Worst game ever.
Wait a minute.
like
Awesome.
Justin,
Ooh,
there we go.
nice.
I can't play it.
God, I remember when this came out. I thought it was the most beautiful, gorgeous game I'd ever seen. It probably actually was.
Yep.
Like, it was so nice looking.
Yeah, like
I know
I
with the screenshots
absolutely
I
agree
see,
with you.
how horrible it looks now.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The last
mean-
one, the last not 2D one, or 2D,
3D?
3D.
3D.
The last,
I can't
Okay.
not say 2D. God, this still looks halfway decent.
I could have sworn
Like, did they
there was an adventure.
update
no,
on it?
okay, the last 2D one they made was beautiful, and I still think it is. I mean, you can see like the cloud shadows like going above you, and I mean not above you, but below you, and the wind and the trees and the animals
Yeah.
and stuff like that. But I don't know. I was totally immersed in the last 2D one, but the 3D
They
one
totally-
is one I could never play. But I don't know. I looked at it and it looks like it kind of sucks.
They totally upped their game as they went. Hey, like even though it was all 2D, right? Like they definitely added features like crazy. So by the time you get to 3 and 4, it's a way different game and way more advanced than Riven even was.
Yeah, and you can like have the pre-rendered sequences where you're like walking and going
Yeah.
up ladders and stuff, but it's just so seamless. I mean, it feels like you're still in the pre-rendered graphics
Yeah.
when you're not. I don't know. It's just I love it.
Some of my favorite games right there.
Yeah. Well, I didn't play it because it can't work on this Windows 8, but I have to reinstall Windows 8 because
Yeah.
I'm getting
Why? Oh no.
an error. I can't see the different Windows features to turn it on and off to install 3ds Max. So I'm kind of
Oh.
stuck. But
Really?
I didn't reformat my hard drive. I just I didn't know how. Like the Windows
They
XP
should've bought
thing had an
Windows 7.
option. Huh?
They really should have bought you Windows 7. I had Windows 8. I legitimately bought a copy of Windows 8, and then one time when I reformatted my computer, it's just gone. Like they didn't accept my key or anything. It's
Oh my goodness.
freaking gone. I called them, and they're like,
Sorry, we can't
nope,
accept this key
"You
because
gotta
we
buy another
really
one."
want to sell copies of Windows 8.
So I was like,
We're gonna boost our numbers.
I bought
man.
Windows 7. I broke down and went.
I'm super, super, super excited about Windows 9. I haven't heard
10.
shit. Huh?
That's Windows 10.
Windows 10.
Did they skip 9?
They skipped 9. Yeah,
Yeah,
they totally did.
9? No!
I know.
No!
Wasn't
You
it-
know what
wasn't
this
it-
means?
When Justin was really looking forward to 9. They skipped it.
It's like
Okay,
they're going full
Windows,
fireball.
I have this theory with Windows.
I know they fail every other one, and they
Yes.
skip 9.
Every other
They
one.
fail twice.
Yes, because changing the number
Windows 8 is shit. Windows 7 is great. Windows Vista
Yeah.
was shit. Windows XP was great. Like it goes back all the way. Like every other version is shit.
That,
Yeah,
it's not
yeah.
just because you changed the
It's
title
true. It is true.
the fucking OS. Good job, Microsoft.
There's
Keep laying
also
off employees.
spontaneous Windows ME in there, which is the,
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Oh yes. Oh, yes.
So anyway,
Um,
I have to reinstall it.
You were joking about Windows 10, right, Colleen?
No,
What?
no, it's not a joke. It is not a
No,
joke.
it really is.
Oh my god.
apparently so serious. I'm
I
like,
might actually
Google.
switch to Linux because of this.
You know, everybody says they're gonna
This is
fucking
really
do that
bunch
at
of-
one point or another, and nobody ever does.
Well,
Nobody
I-
actually switches over.
Linux has a couple users.
they release
done it.
games on Linux now, sometimes.
They also work at like Ubuntu.
Hipsters
people.
release games on Linux. But
Or people who use Unity.
Yeah, I've actually gone to Linux a couple times, and then I'm like, man, I wonder. This is gonna be the time, like this is good. This is it. I'm gonna go to the Linux. It's gonna be awesome. And then I'm in it for a couple of days. I'm like, I miss Windows. Or I miss Mac OS.
Totally.
How do I create a new folder?
Well, it's not even that. It's like, okay, I like get the OS all set up or whatever, and then I'm like, okay, now what do I do? What do I install on this thing to actually like use it?
Now,
Nothing.
if you're using Linux and you're not using the terminal, you're probably not using the right OS. I'm just gonna say that Linux is
Yeah,
for that.
yeah, that's true. If you like the terminal and I mean, hey, it's awesome.
Oh
and
man,
it's,
for development, like I spent all day.
If I only dev'd on a computer, I would probably use Linux. But I pretty much live on this computer, so I don't just dev, and I do all kinds of other stuff that I guess I don't know. I find more enjoyable on Windows than Linux, and that could just be familiarity with Windows.
yeah, there's definitely that too.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Ubuntu though is good for they're trying to get to the point where you don't have to tweak it so much. I think we've been over that though, so
they have a really good install process. Yeah, yeah, we hashed that one out a while ago.
yeah, for sure. So Colleen's been playing Windows 8. Poor Colleen. That is terrible.
It's horrible, yeah.
Worst game ever.
No kidding. So seriously though, it's called Windows 10, and there's as
This
you can
isn't
imagine.
funny. We can move on. I don't like this conversation.
Just-
You're gonna get nightmares.
All right. Well, if I'm not going to pick on you then, Justin, and unless anyone else has any topics they want to cover, maybe we could call it a night.
I think so.
Did I tell you that I beat Unreal, the original one?
I
No.
think you mentioned that actually.
Original Unreal.
Yep, finally did.
Sweet.
But I still like it. But you could definitely see its age.
Well, you know.
I'd play it again. I'd play it over Destiny.
A++ play again.
Playing it with Destiny. Wow. I keep hearing all this anger towards Destiny. What is all the anger?
Well, I don't know. Destiny is just
Carl
like.
likes it, so nobody else does.
The funny thing is that like. The funny thing is that I don't know, like I like it, but I don't really like it. You know, like I like it. The multiplayer is really fun, but it has a lot of problems. And yeah.
So it's kind of like rubbernecking. You like when you drive by a car accident, you have to look.
No, it's kind of like that annoying nephew. Like they're your nephew, so you gotta like them, but you don't really like them.
Ajari's playing it on a daily basis, supposedly. I don't know anything about it, but you get new stuff if you play daily. Have you heard about that?
Yeah, it's called
Yeah.
addiction.
It's called MMOs.
They're feeding the addiction.
Even though
It's called putting an MMO on console is what it is.
sucks. And
Yeah.
So he's lying to me.
So yeah, I found like it was funny. I wasn't actually thinking too much about Advanced Warfare when it was looming there, and then someone on Twitter was talking about they were watching a live stream of MLG actually, Advanced Warfare, and they're like, "Oh man, I'm watching this and it's so cool because I'm getting so excited because there's none of the grenade and like super spam from Destiny." And I kind of like made my ears perk up, and I was like, "What?"
Well, just to play devil's advocate on that, there is spamming of sorts. It's the exosuit, not like the abilities, but more like the movement-oriented things, which is good. It's just like every time you shoot at someone, and you can ask Sean about this. Sean first brought this up to me, but I saw it also. Every time you shoot at someone, they're just like sliding everywhere. And it's
Yeah.
like, I mean, that's intended. It's not like cheating. There's nothing wrong with it, but it is annoying.
when you start getting shot, slam that fucking space bar because you'll probably live.
See, the funny thing is though, is that I that doesn't work for me because I always play hardcore playlists. I hate. Well, I don't hate it, but I much prefer hardcore to the basic multiplayer experience. So there's no such thing as when you start getting shot. This like if you start getting shot, you're dead. So try again. And I much prefer that. And in the same token, if you see somebody and they're shooting all over the map with their friggin' EXO, if you get even a couple shots on them, they'll probably drop, and then you can move on to the next person. So it's not as frustrating, and yeah, that's how I prefer to play on multiplayer. Anyways, I mean, you die quick, but you can kill quick too, right? So
If they just fix the latency issues, like that game would be fine for me.
yeah,
It's a common thing I see people in chat. It's just the lag is real.
They said the same thing about Brink, and now Brink died. That was like, lag was so bad, because of optimization issues that it just tanked bad.
What is Brink?
I remember Brink. Yeah,
Exactly.
I remember that. Yeah, Brink
It was
like.
Bethesda game.
Yeah, and it was like the first attempt at like free running plus FPS or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
They tried to kind of like it's Bethesda, so they tried to mix in some sort of RPG-esque elements, and it was their attempt at a sort of like arena shooter almost. And it had some great ideas, it's a great concept, some fun gameplay. It's just the latency killed it to death.
I feel like Bethesda has amazing designers and mediocre to decent programmers, because they always have issues with either optimization or bugs, like at release. I mean, I think most of us here probably have, or at least have played Skyrim and just remember when that came out.
Yeah.
yeah.
I played that on Xbox first, and there were so many bugs. I kept seeing dragon skeletons either erupting out of ground from nowhere, or they would just fall out of the open sky. I was like, what the heck?
I like
This is nonsense.
You're like, these dragons don't even seem scary. Like they don't even like when you see a dragon and it flies backwards into like a giant because it keeps trying to fly backwards into it. You're like, these things they don't seem like something that's hard to kill. That you feel sorry for them.
It's like
I'm supposed to be killing this. Like it's like being told you need to bully some poor like mentally handicapped kid. And it's like this. Well, seriously, it's just they like. I mean, they fixed it. And now dragons are better in the game, but it's just
You're right. No, but they
were pathetic.
it's hard to be intimidated when you are kind of playing yakety sax in your head. Oh man.
Well, the guy that made those dragons follow me.
Yeah?
He didn't actually code them though.
Well, that's cool.
Right on.
Oh, someone
Alright.
stole your lifelong dream idea, Colleen. The
Making
dragon
dragon.
game.
Yeah.
It's on
I
Steam.
read that earlier.
I'm serious. It's on Steam. I think
Oh
it's
yeah,
just.
that's true. That's the one we were talking
The
about.
one called Dragon?
Yeah, I think it's just called
Yeah.
Dragon, and you play as a dragon, and you go around
You
just
fly around killing shit.
flying around burning villages.
That's it.
The graphics are mediocre, but yeah.
God damn
That
it.
seems to be like a common thing now. There's another game called Depth that recently came out on Steam where you where you can play as the shark and just eat people.
This is gonna be the next zombie scene. It's like you play as animals and kill shit. Like
Oh, yeah,
nobody's
wait,
gonna
Wait, I got it.
We've
You
already
play
seen
as
it in
a zombie.
simulators.
Yes.
Is that Left 4 Dead?
It's the simulator genre, and I don't mean like regular simulation, but like the bear simulator, rock simulator, goat simulator.
Rock
Simulator.
Awesome.
I thought that
Rock
was a
Simulator is
joke.
awesome.
I thought that was a joke between
Free
game
simulator.
devs. Are you serious?
It
That's an
probably was. Dude,
Rock-
it's fucking
Rock
awesome.
Simulator is a real thing. It's on Greenlight. Check it out. I'm serious. It's
There was
real.
a Street Sweeper Simulator, but
The thing with the Rock Simulator
Why?
is it is a real game, but they're kind of they're making it as a joke, right? Like that the game is a joke, but it is a real game. So, anyways, have a look.
It's the same thing with Goat Sim. All Goat Simulator is it's Tony Hawk with a goat. Like literally, that's
I'm like-
all it is. Like
I'm
okay
you
with
go
this.
around
I'm
and
okay
you're basically skating and doing tricks without a skateboard.
I need to see
Yeah.
how many hours I have in Goat
You
Simulator.
have a super elastic tongue.
And then someone took like the that's not a bug, it's a feature thing really seriously.
I think that's where the tongue came in. I think that was actually a bug originally, and they were just like, nope, we're gonna program features around this now.
You know, I have 3 whole hours in that game. 3 whole fucking hours.
That's it?
Wow.
No.
I thought it would be more. I was expecting like 8 to 10. It's got to be
I
something.
thought you had a couple like 14-hour play sessions.
The only reason
It's
people played that
totally
game is
possible.
PewDiePie played it. That company made some other good games that don't immediately spring to mind.
It was PewDiePie.
You don't know? What?
Did you just say who's PewDiePie?
Yes.
You said
Somebody
PewDiePie?
asked me this the other day, and I just like,
I like PewDiePie. I don't like PewDiePie. I think he's a douchebag.
I'm not a fan of him either, but he's still like the biggest thing on YouTube since sliced bread and
I know.
coding
Jeez.
and videos.
I know. I've watched his videos. Like, I don't know. I don't understand. the
I don't think
appeal.
he's a douchebag. I think that he has way too many fans for what he does, but
He just
I
calls
mean,
everybody. He calls everybody
He's a
bro, and he always
he's
he's
sounds
a
like
friendly
never
guy.
seen
He
it.
likes to play video games, and a lot of people like to watch him make an ass of himself. I don't think he's
Yeah.
a douchebag for that. I mean,
I think
I'm
he's a
with you.
douchebag because he
I don't
never,
like his
ever
faces.
seems sincere. Ever. Like,
I think-
even when he's making
no,
And he always
I
uses
think
weird
he's done some pretty serious videos, and I don't know,
maybe I just haven't
he
seen that.
does a lot of charity too.
yeah,
Oh,
exactly. He does a
charity?
lot of charity stuff.
Oh,
I think
I didn't know that. Sorry for calling you a douchebag.
You may not think he's funny, but he's definitely. I don't think he's a douchebag.
He
Yeah.
seems like a douchebag to me.
his stuff is like
Just
I guess he's not.
Douchebag Sean. Don't so PewDiePie.
leave
Alright,
him
buddy,
alone.
it's alright, man.
Leave
It's okay.
PewDiePie
You
alone!
mean it. You didn't mean it.
Oh, guys.
All
This
right.
is degenerating. We should have
I
probably
think-
ended a while ago.
Yeah, I think we should
Sorry,
all go to bed.
I think it's because I joined late. I feel like we're only halfway through.
We should all go to bed and think about what we've done.
I know. I'm sorry, PewDiePie. I did not mean what I said. I did not mean you donated to charity.
You meant every word.
It's okay. You know what? He's such a cool guy. He'd probably just give you a bro fist for that. He'd be like, "It's okay, man."
all right. Let's
Let's wrap
let's
it
call
up.
this one done. So thanks for listening, guys. Thanks for watching. It's been a lot of fun, a lot of ridiculousness, which is always good. You can find us all on Twitter if you want to give us some feedback. Also, it'd be awesome if you guys like the show. If you could review us on iTunes, that would be fantastic. That would really help us out. So anyways, yeah, if you have any feedback, want to get a hold of us, you can find us on Twitter. I am Carl, K-A-R-Y-L. Colleen is Spaz Chickens, S-P-A-Z. Chickens with an S on the end.
There it is.
There it is. It's. What am I gonna?
I'm gonna
Like-
change my Twitter name to just be ZZ.
He hasn't
Am I supposed to like pretend to talk like an American just so I can say the word wrong?
It's not a word. It's a letter.
Anyways,
That was a character from Power Rangers back in the day, so.
there you go. That's exactly what I'm referencing, Nathan. Thank you for that.
The first time I heard "the" pronounced as Z was from Stargate.
Wow.
What was his name? Rodney. I can't remember his
We're
name.
totally wrapping up the show. Totally.
Yeah, this is
Oh,
good.
yeah,
Let's
yeah,
go with
yeah,
Stargate
yeah.
somewhere. Yeah. Anyways,
That's
so
an
Justin,
nerd on you guys talking
if
about
you want to
Stargate.
talk to Justin on Twitter about Stargate, you can find him at Justin35F. And Sean is Mr. Dupre, M-R-D-E-P-R-E-Y, and Nathan is Crotchety Gamer. That's right. Like I'm not missing anything there. Crotchety Gamer.
You got it. Yep.
Not
And thanks a lot for
cocky.
having me on, guys. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it was fun.
Thanks for showing up.
All right.
Wait.
Well, yeah, it was awesome, guys. It was another fun episode, and Colleen's gonna do something. What's up?
No, I'm not. Just also check out indieteamup.com.
Of course. Yes, we have to check out indieteamup.com. Sign up if you haven't already, and if you have signed up already, check it out again because they're making new features all the time, and things may very well be different and shiny and new. So yeah, check it out, guys.
Guys,
All right. Good night, and thanks again for listening, and catch you next week.
Later.
Ciao, Ginaseo.
Bye.
Ah.